before. Today we're going to be conducting our investigation into Moon Summit Mystery Episode 2. I'm really excited, so let's get started. First of all, what is Hunt a Killer? Well, Hunt a Killer is a monthly subscription, and you'll receive a box or an episode every month that includes items related to the mystery you're trying to solve. Each storyline lasts 6 episodes, with each episode building on the one before, leading up to an exciting season finale in episode 6. Now, once you've completed a season, you'll begin the next season the following month. The month-to-month charge is just $30 a month, and you can cancel at any time. For even bigger savings, you can buy a season pass membership, which are 6 or 12 months long. That's what my husband and I have done, and we completed a full story called Class of 98. I have some videos on that if you want to check them out. And then we're on to Moon Summit Mystery. So with season pass memberships, you get free shipping, which is a great deal. That's one of the reasons why we do it. All of this is from the Hunt a Killer FAQ on their website. So I wanted to let you know a little bit of information about Hunt a Killer, and I will also leave a link in the description down below so you can sign up and follow along on this case. I think the first case right now that you will get is Class of 98, and it is amazing. I love that case. So, to get into our investigation today, first we're going to look at this letter from Michelle Gray at Gray Investigations, who we're working with on this case. In her letter, she talks about SD cards from the expedition that are online. And she asks us to look at how did the killer commit the murder and make it back to camp before anyone noticed. Okay, so our next thing we're going to look at is a letter from Amy Takahashi, and she is Toby Mendia's friend, and he was the one who was murdered on this Moon Summit expedition when they were looking for a ghost lynx. So in Amy's letter, she said that she uploaded a letter to the team on her university portal. She also found an article about Emma Clarkson that she sent to us. She was the field researcher on the Moon Summit expedition. She also sent along a faculty review of Conrad Waldingham and Nigel Ricci. Also included is a scan of Toby's notebook page, which is interesting. She also asks that you look at the relationship between the expedition leaders. Next, we'll go over this weekly report that was sent to us in our file right here. And in the weekly report, it was sent to Douglas Pinkley from Nigel Ricci, and it says that team morale is at an all-time low, which is important, I think, to the case. It also says that he has a nagging notion that the expedition may be on a wild goose chase, but that Conrad won him over, and that was only for Nigel to play the fool once again. So, that's all interesting information. I wonder if more of a conflict between Conrad and Nigel will come to the surface during our investigation and in upcoming episodes. So, he also says that Toby is the only one still in good spirits. Also interesting, since Toby is the one who was murdered. And then he finally says that the expedition is turning out to be a waste of time and money. So those are not very nice words. Those are not very nice words at all toward Conrad Waldingham, because he is the one who is the expedition leader. He is the one who believes that this mysterious ghost links is out there. So next we're going to take a look at, and let me go ahead and take this page off because we're going to be looking at something that was kind of underneath where the pages were connected to the folder. So on Toby's notebook page, he bought everyone, he mentions he bought everyone hiking medallions. We got actually a hiking medallion in this episode. So this is what they look like, and Toby says in his notes here that he got everyone a hiking medallion. And so Rusty is the only one that bought a hiking stick, he mentions. And then also there's an aperture chart. Toby is the photographer, but I don't think the aperture relates to photography. What I do believe is that this is a code for the people on the expedition with him. Toby mentions also that he sent photos to International Terrain, a magazine, and there's also an ID number and password in the margin here. And I think that'll probably be coming up later in a upcoming episode, like what we're going to use that password and ID number for. So, who I think the aperture numbers here stand for are, I think F1.4 is Emma, but F4 I believe is Lillian, and she is a documentarian. F8 I believe is Rusty, and he's like the resident wildlife expert for the area. He actually lives in Alaska where this Moon Summit National Park is located. F11 I believe is Conrad, who is the expedition leader. And F22 is Nigel, I believe. And he is a friend of Conrad's. It seems like an off-on kind of friendship. The next thing we're going to look at is this protest article. So in 2016, Emma Clarkson, along with other faculty and students, protested a new building at Whitlock University because it would possibly harm the lemming population. So video of her and her followers at this protest went viral because Emma held an effigy of the dean at the time, and his name was Oliver Reynolds. And she stuffed money into the effigy's mouth, okay? Shouting, "It's time that Whitlock put its money where its mouth is." So, of course, she was fired from Whitlock U's Environmental Science Department. And when she was interviewed, she was concerned about yet to be discovered species as well, which is what the ghost links is that they were looking for in this Moon Summit expedition. It's a yet to be discovered species. So I found that to be interesting. So next we're going to go over faculty reviews. So Conrad, right here, his faculty review states that the most negative reviews are from those not pursuing natural science programs. The positive reviews mention his passion for the material, his amazing office hours, and then it also states that Conrad loves what he does. The negative reviews states that he needs to take it down a few levels and reminds one student of a senile grandpa, and that there are creepy animal skeletons everywhere. The next review is for Nigel Ricci, and his review states that an equal number of students like and dislike him, that he has a high dropout and failure rate, and that he has a lot of office hours. So the positive reviews for him state that they love to hear Nigel talk. He gives the tip to flatter him and attend office hours to be in his good graces, the person who gave him a positive review. And then also it says that they like like challenging classes, some of the positive reviews. So very studious people who are interested in the material seem to like Nigel Ricci. Some of the negative reviews state that he's condescending, that he's a bad teacher and that he's proud of it, and that suck-ups are the only ones to get good grades. So, it looks like we've been through this file completely, so let's check out the other evidence that we have for episode 2. Alright, so this topographical map right here that is stuck onto the wall for you to see, there's a C plus N, an R plus T, and an E plus L here written on the bottom. So I was wondering if that is who's bunking with each other in the tents, because it's right below where it states tents, okay? So I believe that is Conrad and Nigel bunking with each other, Rusty and Toby bunking with each other, and then Emma and Lillian bunking with each other. So Toby's body was found at Echo Cavern, which is L6 on this map. Okay? The evidence bags contain coordinates so that you can locate where they were found on the map. So from episode 1, the bear claw was found inside the lab tent at M26. And the multi-tool that was found inside Toby's backpack was, of course, found at L6, where Toby was found. Okay? So, for this episode, this hiking medallion here, and it has some scratches on the back, which I'm not sure if you'll be able to see in the camera, but we can try. So that's interesting. Hopefully we find out what that's about. So that hiking medallion was found at V20, which is here. So that's next to a trap and a camera as well. So the compass was found at F29. So if we follow along F29, so that is where this compass was found. So F29 is near a camera and this Knotwood River right here. Okay? And then the hiking medallion, I've already said that it has strange markings on it, and it was found here at V20, which is far away from where Toby was murdered. It's quite a distance from this as well. Okay? Hi, I'm sorry about that, folks. My camera died. So let's start over with the online evidence. The online evidence this time included photos from the cameras set up in the area. There were regular photos, night vision photos, and infrared photos. So there were a lot of photos to go through. Today I'll show you at least one of the photos that was important evidence, okay? And I'll show you where these cameras were located because they're right on our map here. But the infrared photos from cameras at F15 at 10:15 p.m., F26 at 10:30 p.m., and I-30 at 10:45 p.m. gave us the information we needed to determine something. So, the cameras are located at these circles, okay? All of the circles on the map are where the cameras are set up. The cameras at F15 are here. At F26, they are here. And then at I-30, it's right here. Okay? And here is the river. So, 2 of them are close to that river right there. Just to take note of that. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out F15, and hopefully you can see it. So, you click through, and there's the infrared photo. I hope you can see this. It's of a figure right here, okay? So those were on F-15, and this was 10:15 p.m., F-26 at 10:30 p.m., and I-30 at 10:45 p.m. So what these photos show us is that the killer took the Tall Pines Trail back to camp from Echo Cavern where the murderer had killed Toby. It also shows us that the murderer killed Toby before 10:15 p.m. Alright, so here is Echo Cavern. And the killer had taken Tall Pines Trail, which is right here, back to this campsite right here. Okay? And the camera here captured him at 10:15. Him or her, sorry. The camera captured him or her here at 10:30. And then here at 10:45. So back to camp by 11. So, the conclusion for this investigation is that Toby's killer took the Tall Pines Trail back to camp. And according to the photos and the online evidence, we can tell this. And we can also tell that Toby was murdered between 9 and 10:15 p.m. So that concludes our investigation today. I will have a episode 3 unboxing video up very soon. I am ready to dig into that box, and I have it. So, I will be filming that for you guys very soon. If you want to follow along with the Moon Summit Mystery unboxings and investigations, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And if you liked this investigation video today, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I will see you next time on the day before. Bye-bye.